Hi and welcome back to the next 100 days of Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. The first 100 days were a blast to play through and these next 100 will be as well. Shall we see what will happen? But before we start the gameplay, please leave a like and a comment down below, it really helps the channel. And if you enjoy what you see, you can always subscribe, which is really appreciated. Now, let's begin. Day 101 starts with a visit from Felix informing us about Hearth Day. A romance day where you can give hot meals to marriageable candidates. And giving us 3 hot pots to give away. Arata informs us that the 3rd mushroom log is done. The materials for the orichalcum hatchet are finally gathered, so that is made in the yellow windmill and we catch a new fish. Day 102 is the day of the Heart Festival. Even though Felix gave us some hot pot, I noticed that I could make an egg dish for it as well. So I made 12 to give one to every marriage candidate and even got some cooked dishes in return, which a lot of them I did not have yet. Gabriel visits our farm on day 103 asking us for a favor, saying we were right before and that he just needs to keep creating to get out of the slump. So he has been creating a lot of things, but he wants to do something and that is sketch us while we work. We allow him to do so, which he appreciates, saying he thought of it last night and was so excited about it that he could not sleep. Gabriel stays back and just wants us to do our own usual work on the farm. It turned out this was just the drawing exercise he needed and mentions that the town has been feeling a lot more colorful lately, which he credits to us, as it came to be when we moved in. Gabriel says he finally knows where to take his next art piece, wanting to go home and work on it immediately. Kagetse has a request for us. Even though she does not want to mingle with worldly affairs, she is craving for our cooking and asks us to give her some side dishes. Hearing this, we run home, cook some baked sweet potatoes and give them to her. At the blue windmill we catch the barbel steel, and at the dock under June's house we catch the dark sleeper. Chal was born on day 104. We caught the bagworm moth and a new fish, the snakehead. The orichalcum hatchet is finally done, so we picked that up as well. Day 105 is the day of the animal festival. We enter with Mumu in the silver comp and end up winning, meaning that our cows are now able to make 7-star milk. It is also June's birthday, so we give her a homemade tea. Day 106 is a bazaar day, but we get woken up once again to the ominous message of a blizzard. So some windshields are quickly made in the red windmill. This bazaar was used to clean up the storage a bit. And with that we end the morning shift with 92,000 made. At Wilbur's we buy another storage upgrade, and at Ramon we buy a lamp called Wulu, breed our chicken Chi, and buy Lino the dog. We do the draw at Rich a couple of times, but then it is back to the afternoon shift, ending with 288,000 made, which is enough to get the request from Destiny done. The windscreens are done, so they get put down around the fields. The blizzard hits on day 107, but that does not stop Wilbur from upgrading our storage. It also does not stop the bazaar results. We are a little over halfway done money-wise, but the stall still says we need 2, which is not correct as we did get the quest from Destiny done yesterday. And today we have all the ingredients for Nadine's stall, completing her request. Lloyd has a request saying he wants an ancient fish fossil. Sadly, our efforts to catch one did not work, but we do give all the fish to Finley, increasing him to 24. On day 108, Honey reaches level 44. And Diana stands in the town center on day 109, but it seems she is not feeling well. At first she does not admit it, but when she does, she collapses. Diana is not happy that she got herself sick and that she should have paid more attention to her own body, saying her self-care hasn't been up to par for the last few months. We encourage her to take a break, which she agrees to, but she does have trouble taking breaks. Diana immediately reminds herself that the selling points report has not been submitted yet, but she has no more time to think about work as Felix bursts in the room, asking her if she is alright and saying she should take care of herself and giving something nutritious to eat. Diana cannot believe Felix went through all that trouble for her when Mina comes in. She brings some snacks for Diana that she can eat if she feels like it and wishes her a good recovery. Mina is not even out of the door and Clara is already there, saying that even though Diana is young, she should not overdo herself. Diana apologizes for worrying everyone, which Clara dismisses as Diana is part of the town and everyone takes care of one another. And they also recognize all the work she has done for them. Seeing the kindness of everyone in town, Diana is motivated to work even harder, but she catches herself already thinking about work. Diana promises us that she is going to rest, and we leave immediately overhearing a conversation between Harold and Lloyd. Apparently the next shipment is going to be late, and Lloyd asks Harold to inform the mayor about it. Harold thinks up an idea to use his carriers, which Lloyd would appreciate. He also compliments Harold, saying he will have to take a page from Harold's book if he wants to run his business so well. This time Harold thanks Lloyd for the kind words. It seems Diana is already better, as she has something to say to Harold. It seems he did the laundry but used the wrong detergent. Diana already did the rewash and says that Harold should not forget his clothes before going home. Harold apologizes to Lloyd for seeing the family stuff. Lloyd notices that Diana and Harold are pretty close. Harold explains that they have lost their parents young, so they stuck together. It was a tough time for Diana, and because of that she always worked hard to get to be independent at a young age. Lloyd mentions that Harold must also have been a good role model for her to come so far. But Harold does not think so, as he needed to work from a young age and leave Diana alone more than he would have liked. All he can do is to try and make places like Zephyr Town better for young people to live in. Lloyd says Harold should not sell himself short and that he is a good example for all the people in town. Arata gets a hot milk for his birthday on day 110, and it is also the horse derby. We can only enter the bronze category, but I am struggling. My horse is going too fast, as I am almost jumping over 2 hurdles at a time and missing a few bells along the way. But the results show that we did manage to win first place, winning some horse treats and being able to do the silver course next year. Day 111 starts with the birth of Chill. And a visit from Samir asking us if we are free, as he is thinking of taking a walk, and asks us if we want to go with him. We agree, and he thanks us for taking the time to walk with him, as he knows how busy we are, mentioning that he sees the town in a different light when we are with him. In town we meet Isaac, who warns us that it is going to be windy and to be careful. A little while later we see Nadine and the twins. Samir asks if they are out shopping, which Nadine confirms. Sylvia notices and teases that we and Samir are really close, and Laurie adds on that we are cute. Nadine scolds the girls a tiny bit, but also says that it is lovely to see Samir and us being out together. Samir mentions that shopping as a family is an unfamiliar concept, but it is heartwarming to see. Madeline notices us and gives us something to eat. Samir thanks Madeline and we go off to sit on a bench to eat Madeline's cooking. Noting that the food is delicious, Samir opens up that everyone in this town is so kind and that back at his home he could never have spoken to people like he does here in Zephyr Town, which he blames himself for. Samir is glad that he is in Zephyr Town and thanks us for walking with him, saying he would like to spend some more time with us. Arata requests that we catch a guardian fish, and entering Gabriel's house we see him looking at the statue he is making, when Lloyd and June also walk in. They would like to take a look at Gabriel's art. Gabriel lets them, but would like to know why they want to. June mentions that she and Lloyd have been talking. Lloyd adds that art and style differs depending on where you are in the world. June interrupts that Lloyd just wants to see if different things sell well, but Lloyd is genuinely curious as well. Lloyd and June look around, and after a while Gabriel asks what they think of his art. Lloyd says that they have a fresh look and a local charm to them. June adds that Gabriel's use of color and composition is all beautiful and that she has learned a lot. Gabriel does not know what to say, getting all these compliments. Lloyd asks June if she is working on something, but June denies it and says she is just studying design. Gabriel would love to see her work, but she refuses, saying they are nothing special. So what's the point of looking, as it is not good? Gabriel says that good or not good does not matter and that it is all subjective. Lloyd mentions that Gabriel gets pretty passionate when it comes to art. Gabriel apologizes for getting a bit loud. June agrees to show her work as a thank you for letting her look at Gabriel's, but she would also like to hear Gabriel's opinions and Lloyd would love to tag along. The rest of the day is spent fishing, hoping to get a guardian fish, but alas, we did however get a new fish, the willow shiner, for the collection. Day 112 has us trying for a guardian fish again, and this time succeeding, catching a koi. We immediately run to Arata, completing his request. At June's house we see her and her father talking, with June saying that she does not know what to do. Eric assures her that it is not a decision to make lightly and that it is normal to be hesitant. but he will always support her whatever her decision will be. We walk up to them and Eric notices us, mentioning that June should talk to us for a little while, as an outsider perspective could make all the difference. June talks about the fact that she got a letter from her mom inviting June to live with her to study fashion design. It seems her mom is a fashion designer as well. Eric tells why he and June's mother live separately. It is because he loves her. June is shocked because how can you live separately when you love each other? Eric notes that June is right and that he misses his wife a lot, but he wishes for her and for June to be in a place where they feel at home. June's mother wanted to focus on her career and Eric wanted to see her chasing her dreams. So after a lot of talking, they came to the decision to live separately. Eric knows that June has been struggling with their decision and still wonders if they made the right choice. Eric urges us to talk it over a bit while he will make some tea. June says she had no idea that that was the reason for their living arrangements, and that she still does not know how to choose. We mentioned that she should follow her heart, which she is a little surprised by. She thanks us for talking, saying she needs a bit more time to think, though she may already know the answer. Day 113 is another bazaar day. Nadine and Destiny are introduced as new sellers by Felix, and as usual we give them a warm welcome to the bazaar. The morning shift is cut short as we are late, but we did manage to make 159,000 in sales. We check out Nadine's stand, which sells a whole bunch of new recipes, which we of course have to buy. At Wilbur's we order another storage upgrade. At Miguel's we buy 54 of one kind of flour, as there is a title I would like to get in a couple of days. We breed Buffy at Ramon's, and lastly we go to Destiny, whom reads our future, giving us a buff of more quantity sales at this bazaar. Which is really handy as I am cleaning out my storage of all the doubled crops I have. With that, the afternoon shift finishes with 283,000 made. At Ronaldo we buy some more mushroom seeds, and at Felipe we buy the purple wonderstone, which unlocks new items when put in a windmill. Wilbur is back on day 114 to upgrade the storage, and Felix has the results, only 450,000 more in sales to go. Freya is on our farm ready to start her gardening journey. We teach her to use the seeds, soils and pots. Freya notes that gardening is harder than it looks. It seems she likes gardening as it is a change of pace. All left to do now is to wait until new life begins to grow. She does wonder if she added enough fertilizer or if she gave it enough water, and is also thinking if she should have thought about proper airflow. Freya says she has done all she could for now, but she has never done this and the sweet little seeds are depending on her. She sighs and says that she just needs to be more patient, which is also something she could do for her own. She mentions that life has felt rushed lately, with a constant nagging feeling that she should do more in order to make her life perfect, but she does see that if she rushes towards the goal, that she will risk missing out all sorts of things along the way. Freya thanks us and says she will take good care of the little plant, while also asking if it is okay to come over again another time. Wilbur has a request that we have to bathe 5 times, and the rest of the day is spent fishing, trying to get the fish fossil from Lloyd, but it was in vain. All the caught fish are given to Finley, increasing its level to 28. Day 115 is the day of the crop festival, where we enter with a 5-star carrot in the bronze division and also win it. The whole flower field is done growing on day 116, granting us a title from which the reward shall come tomorrow, and Chill has grown up. Webby gets more mushrooms, increasing its level to 36, entering Miguel's store to buy some pet food while Mina also walks in. It seems the cafe is out of coffee and she asks if Miguel may have some. Miguel seems to be caught off guard and goes looking for some coffee, but he brings back some wheat flour. Second time's charm? Nope, he gets her some tea. Third time is right, he finally gets the coffee. Mina seems worried as it is a high quality coffee and she is unable to afford it. Miguel shouts that the coffee is free. Mina thinks she did not hear it right, which Miguel says it is free on the house and that she can take it. Mina thanks Miguel for the coffee and together we walk outside. She comments on the fact that Miguel is always busy, talking and selling so fast that she cannot keep up, while also mentioning that as Miguel gave her the coffee for free, it must mean that they are almost expired and that she should better use them fast. Miguel comes out just as Mina walks away, being full on in love, talking about Mina's smile that is brilliant as the sun and that the gesture of giving away the coffee must have conveyed his feelings to her. Miguel has a request for some materials in order to fix his house a bit. Moving onwards to Maple, who seems to have messed up again. We want to cheer her up, so we need to make her a 3-star dessert. Later at night we are back at Miguel to give him his requested materials. And we give a 4-star pudding to Maple. When she realizes all she needed to cheer up was being with us. Stuart and Sonia visit on day 117 to tell us about the Starry Night Festival. A night to be together with a special someone. Checking the mail, we get a power berry from the title we received yesterday. Eating it increases our stamina a bit more. After the watering is done, we dash for the yellow windmill as I have enough orichalcum to upgrade the watering can. I wanted to ask Kagetsu for the Starry Night, but she does not seem to be interested, so we talk to the second lowest marriage candidate, Diana, whom we arrange a date with. Day 118 starts with a snowstorm warning. Shireen has a request for us to give her some pet food, which we have on hand, completing her request. We also take the last bath, completing Wilbur's request. The rest of the day is spent foraging around as we need to wait until 8 PM. Entering Felix's house, we see a lovely scene with Felix, Sophie, Diana, Lloyd, June and Eric. Everyone is celebrating together. At the end we walk outside with Diana, who asks if we could do this again next year and if we would like to walk home together. Day 119 starts with the arrival of the blizzard, but that does not stop us from going outside. We pick up our orichalcum watering can from the yellow windmill, make a stew and give it to Samir as it is his birthday, giving Honey some honey, increasing its level to 47, and we try yet again for the ancient fish fossil. This time succeeding, so we immediately run to Lloyd to give it to him, finishing the day with some more fishing and catching a marbled eel. Bazaar is back on day 120, but there is quite a mess because of the blizzard. We do not manage to get everything done in the morning as we need to rush to the bazaar. Having all kinds of one-off items does not help with the limited stock space, but we manage to clear our inventory a bit more. Selling 103,000 in the morning shift. For the afternoon shift, the stock is filled with gems, ores and all kinds of other items. The afternoon shift ends with us earning another 359,000. Which we this time do use for the freshness upgrade at Garen's. We finally start and get some of the outfits from Karina. On day 121, Garen upgrades our storage and its freshness capabilities. Felix announces the results and we are now officially a world rank bazaar. Diana congratulates everyone, saying we have all done well, and Felix announces that this occasion should be celebrated with a proper get-together party before the next bazaar. Eric seems to have something on his mind, saying that there has been a mishap at work and that his wife seems displeased with him. He explains that his wife has all the reasons to be upset as Eric works for her company. His wife is the CEO and the lead designer, while Eric tries everything in his power to support her. Eric blushes thinking about his wife, saying he loves her dearly and that his whole life revolves around her. But that mindset may only have been gotten when we have been married as long as he has, explaining that once you find that special someone, all of those feelings come naturally. But no more talk and being gloom. Eric needs to get back to work and thanks us for listening. Gabriel gets an omelette rice for his birthday and we upgrade our sickle to orichalcum quality. Day 122 is a relaxing day of farming where we take care of all our animals and we fish up another new fish, the eel. Day 123 starts with a visit from Felix, who reminds us about the end of the year festival held tomorrow evening. Buffy gives birth to Buff Buff and we pick up the orichalcum sickle from the yellow windmill. I wanted to get a title on day 124 and it was to put 30 flowers in this vase, but I thought it was 50. But oh well, title get. We also give Ivy a lot of different items, increasing its level to 47 at the end of the day, finishing off with talking to everyone and starting the New Year's festival, where Felix welcomes everyone and lets everyone count down to the new year, which is welcomed with some beautiful fireworks. Day 125 is the first day of spring, so we have a lot to do. The animals are taken care of and all of the spring seeds are planted. We run around foraging for all kinds of stuff, but instead of using them, I have decided that I want Penny to get to her last quality star as soon as possible, so I give her all of the forageable items. except for the gemstones that are going to be sold or if they are still needed for upgrades. There are new trends for the bazaar, but honestly I am not even bothering at this point as I have other items that sell for more. And as we have arrived in year 2, we got a title and a power berry. Webby reaches level 40 on day 126 and day 127 is bazaar day again. But we get to see a lovely party where Felix congratulates the town and in particular us for our hard work. Diana also thanks everyone, saying the struggling bazaar has finally reached world rank and she truly appreciates every one of us. A scene depicting all the villagers and towns and the end credits play out, but that is something you can watch on your own when you reach this part of the game. After those, Harold runs up to us with a new letter from Felix's mom, also congratulating us on beating her to world rank. She says that with the rate we are going as a bazaar, we should soon outshine everyone, but she is up for the challenge, as she and her new town are fired up and inspired by us. And with that, she has decided to not come back yet. Diana notes that this letter means she won't come back and Felix agrees. Harold mentions that Felix was really looking forward to her return, and Diana says that her return was one of the driving factors for Felix to reach world rank. Felix agrees that that was once a driving point, but not anymore, as he has no time to waste on such minor inconveniences. This bazaar is the most important thing, as that is his dream, have the biggest bazaar in the world. Diana is glad that Felix has not lost his enthusiasm, but she does have a word of warning, saying other bazaars have gained inspiration from our recent achievements. Which is why we are not able to relax yet, as we may get demoted in the ranks again. Felix mentions there is no rest for the wicked and that there is nothing that we can't do as long as we work together, setting the goal to most exciting bazaar in the world. We are teleported back home where it is 10 AM already and the bazaar has started, so we quickly get the animal byproducts, water the crops, get some things out of the windmill and make our way to the bazaar. Still having 2 hours in the morning shift and making 150,000, which is used to get some more clothing items from Karina, breed Chi the chicken, purchase a decor item from the sprites, read our fortune at Destiny, buy new seats at Ronaldo and Sophie, and buy one new recipe from Madeline. The afternoon shift ends with us earning another 150,000. Felix visits again on day 128 to announce that he and Diana have come up with a new bazaar initiative where you can donate money to help other bazaars in the world. Laurie has a request for us to get an animal to friendship level 3, which we already have done a long time ago. We donate our first 20,000 to the bazaar board, and for getting the bazaar to max level we get another power berry. Ivy finally reaches level 50, which is the max, and she visits us at our house, thanking us for all we have done. Another visit from Felix on day 129 and he thanks us for the donation, giving us a pink diamond. And we immediately donate to the board again, which we need to donate 40,000. Kagetsu receives a soy milk pudding as it is her birthday, and we catch 2 new fish, the cherry salmon and the mugitsuku. Felix gives us 10 ultimate lumber on day 130 for hitting another donation goal, and we catch the emperor butterfly. Day 131 is a foraging and insect catching day as I'm working on getting enough for the ultimate lumber and getting Penny's level up. Day 132 is not that much different, but we get a new baby chick whose name will be Choo Choo. Gabriel lost his bag on day 133 and asks us to find it for him. We do and find it behind a tree in the bazaar. Giving it back, Gabriel mentions that the sketch from the farm is in it and he really wanted to continue that one. The char and guardian fish black carp are caught, adding to the collection. Day 134 is a bazaar day, so we quickly take care of our farm and head out. At the bazaar we redecorate the stall a bit and get a blessing from Destiny, giving us a very good fortune of selling items at a higher profit. Finishing the morning shift with 418,000 made. Running around we buy a new pet from Ramon, buy some more stall decorations from the sprites, get some new clothing items at Karina, draw with some gold medals at Rich, and I got what I was after, the Sky Jewel. All of the other items I got from Rich are put into the stock to sell again at the afternoon shift, earning 638,000 gold. We buy the seller upgrade from Wilbur and some more clothing items from Karina. We give Honey some more honey, getting its level to 50, maxing out Honey's star level. Before making our way home, wanting to water the plants but fainting as I did not keep my stamina in mind. Day 135 starts with a visit from Honey thanking us for all the honey we have given. At the bazaar board we once again donate some coins and we spend the rest of the day fishing away. Felix is back on day 136 to give us our donation reward, which is 20 bouquets. At the bazaar board we donate some more coins and all of the materials are done to upgrade our fishing rod to orichalcum quality. Wilbur visits us on day 137 to make the cellar for us. He also gives us a spring sunstone so we are able to grow spring crops all year round. Another donation gift from Felix arrives in the form of a power berry and the flower festival begins. Gifting all the villagers a flower really helps with their friendship levels. Day 138 is the second day of the flower festival, but first we need to pick up the orichalcum fishing rod. Look at all those requests in the town center. Let's quickly check them and hope we can complete some before the end of the festival. Madeline needs some 2-star mushrooms as there is a customer on its way and she does not have the right ingredients. Luckily we have those already, completing her request. Sophie needs a 3-star pickled vegetable for a kind of reference for her father. Samir wants to give back to the villagers and wants to do something with cooking, asking us to get him 5 3-star eggs, which we can give him right away, completing his request as well. Mina needs to restock the pantry with 2-star miso, butter and honey. Jules had read something about rare crops and would like to see one, which we have, so 1 rare radish is given to him. Sylvia wants to learn more about animals and asks us if we have an animal with 3 happiness levels, which we have, completing her request as well. Kevin wants us to go on a bug catching adventure again and wants us to catch 15 easy critters. It is time for the results of the flower festival and this time we win again with having given away 48 flowers, granting us some green tea, and just look at this heart wave with all of the locked hearts. Day 139 starts with Chi giving birth to Chul. We look at the map and goodness, that is a lot of requests. First we go to Kagetsu, who has a question for us. She is interested in the town and would like to go there, so we take her on a walk. We meet Sophie. Kagetsu introduces herself, saying she resides in the mountains and spends her days praying to the spirits. Sophie would like to know what she is praying for and Kagetsu answers that it is for the bounty of the earth. Sophie apologizes as she has not introduced herself yet and gives Kagetsu some flowers. Kevin walks up to us and asks who the lady next to us is. Kagetsu introduces herself yet again, with Kevin saying he has not seen her before. Kagetsu explains that her duties keep her occupied, which Kevin laughs off with duties. But he does give us some snacks which we will eat right away. While eating, Gabriel walks up to us and they introduce themselves to one another. Kagetsu is marveled that Gabriel is an artist and would like to see his art. We go and see one of his pieces and Kagetsu is impressed and unable to describe its beauty. Gabriel thanks her for the compliment and leaves to sketch some more. Back at Kagetsu's house, she mentions that her days are often spent praying for this world, but that she has failed to see how much beauty is found in it. She also says that her heart is filled with warmth when she is with us and thanks us for today. With that done, Kagetsu can now look into our future and give us some buffs. It seems we may have a bit of misfortune today. We get a small stamina saver blessing. Now we are ready for those requests. Clara would like some mushrooms. This time we do not have them yet, so she will have to wait. Nadine would like some specific ingredients and one of them is an eggplant, which we have, so her request is completed. The pickled vegetable for Sophie is ready, completing her request. Derek would like some medals, which we need to find first as I sold every single one of them at the previous bazaar. Diana would like some egg drop soup and June asks for some tea. We meet Kevin as we have all 15 of those requested insects and give them to him. Back home we make the egg drop soup at our kitchen and the miso is also done in the windmill, giving all the ingredients Mina asked, completing her request and making our way to Diana to give the egg drop soup. The animal festival is on day 140, but first we make the tea for June, completing her request. Eric has a quest for us now, asking for 10 dice, which we already have in storage, so completing his request as well. Sophie gets a herb salad for her birthday, and then it is time for the festival. We enter Chi the chicken in the silver rank and win this competition. Bazaar day on day 141, and we start off with getting our fortune told by Destiny, who gives us the buff that items sell for more. Ending the morning shift with 290,000 earned, At Karina we buy another outfit, and at Ramon we buy Maney the Maine Coon and Sibby the Siberian Husky. The afternoon shift ends with us making 139,000. Day 142 starts with a visit from Ramon congratulating us on having 4 dogs as pets. At the bazaar board we donate some more, and Felix has a lost precious item at the bazaar asking us to help him find it. But we make a stop at the cafe first, where we see Sonia and Madeline talking. Sonia orders her usual tea and Mina stepping outside to tidy up. Sonia and Madeline continue to talk and reminisce about Mina, saying she has grown up into a fine young lady. She was always cute even as a child, but now she is just stunning. Madeline tells that Mina got the looks from her side and that she is really happy with her. Sonia agrees that Madeline is really blessed, and Madeline mentions that Sonia must feel the same having Maple around the hotel. Sonia agrees, saying that Maple makes every day brighter. Maple and Mina enter the cafe with Maple asking if Sonia is ready to go. Sonia asks if Maple is already done with her errands, which Maple is. Mina says Maple should have a cookie before she heads out, and Maple cannot deny them as Mina's cookies are always lovely. Mina asks why Sonia and Madeline look so happy, and they reply that they are just counting their blessings. After that lovely scene we talk to Madeline and give her a strawberry pie as a birthday gift. Heading into the bazaar area to look for Felix's lost item, which we find at the food stalls, and immediately giving it back to him. Felix is back on day 143 for another gift due to the donation. Lloyd is sitting on a bench when he sees us and walks up to us, saying he wants to talk to us. After some stammering, he tells us that he has decided to stay and more specifically give up on traveling. We get a shock from this news, and he says that we are making a mountain out of a molehill again. He continues that he was embarrassed to tell us this, as he had made a big point on leaving and now he doesn't do that. He was debating his next destination, but nothing could excite him anymore. And then he thought to himself where he wanted to be, and the answer is with us. Wherever we are, he wants to be, and that we may be the last stop on his journey. Also explaining that this may be a fresh start to him, as he has never settled down before. But he does need to do a major overhaul of his stock and asks us to go with him, as he was on his way to pick up an order. But before we go, he has another question, asking what we think about us. We answer that we have fallen in love with him. Lloyd is relieved to hear that and says that he has had that feeling for a while now as well. Another scene happens when we walk into Miguel's store. Lloyd is there as well, as he has heard that Miguel has something he is after. Miguel feigns ignorance and Lloyd gets frustrated. Miguel puts the item on the desk and asks for 1 million gold, which makes Lloyd quite angry. Miguel replies that business can be cruel, and if it is too high for Lloyd, he can always find another customer. Lloyd puts down 2 tickets for a play that Mina was talking about, which is actually sold out. Miguel relinquishes the price of the tickets, saying Lloyd is as cunning as ever. Miguel goes to Mina and hands over the tickets. Mina is really pleased and wants to give Miguel his money back for the tickets. Miguel declines, but he notices that there is enough gold for 2 tickets. Mina says that her grandmother wanted to see the show as well. Miguel is stunned, but he cannot deny Mina the show with her grandmother. At the mountain river, a new guardian fish was caught, the Welsh catfish, and Penny is leveled up to 32. The mushrooms for Clara are gathered, so we give those to her, completing her request. We meet Arata in the mountains on day 144 while he is working out. He asks if we remember our question about why he wanted to get stronger, saying that that question threw him for a loop and that it got stuck in his head. Going on a journey to get stronger is all good, but he did not have a clue why. But it seems he has found his answer now thanks to us. It was when he helped us out of the squabble and saw the relief on our face. The reason he wants to get stronger is to protect the people he cares about, not just physically, but in all sorts of ways. Well, that's enough for all the sappy talk, and we go do some workouts, which is to look at the view at the top of the mountain. Arata thanks us, as he could never have put it all together without us. Another question he asks is what we think of us, and we answer with that we have fallen in love with him. Arata looks glad and mentions he was building up the nerve to tell us the same thing, and mentions that if training hard means he can see us smile, then it is all worth it. At the beekeeping field we catch the last butterfly we needed, which is the Helena morpha butterfly, and Webby is leveled up to 44. In town we see Kevin running around with a hammer. We ask him to give it to us as it is dangerous, and he reluctantly gives it to us. Just then we hear Wilbur shout really loudly, and Kevin goes into hiding. Wilbur comes over and asks if we have seen Kevin. We say we did and give him back his hammer. He notes that Kevin has always been a little troublemaker, but that he has gone too far this time and that he should put his foot down with those dangerous things. Kevin does hear everything, and I think Wilbur knows it as well, saying if we do run into Kevin to send him to Wilbur, and that Kevin should apologize when he is ready. Kevin emerges when Wilbur leaves and says that his dad is scary when he is mad, but he does see that Wilbur is just worried about him. Kevin apologizes to us that he cannot play today as he should go home and apologize to his dad. Back to our normal farm duties on day 145 and 146, caring for the animals, watering the crops, foraging and insect catching. Day 147 is the day of the honey festival, so we prepare 12 honey cakes to give away. Luckily we get the last medals for Derek's request just in time to have his heart level unlocked, so the honey cake can have its effect. The candidates give us something sweet back, and with it we get 3 new recipes to our collection. Day 148 is the Bazaar day again, so we make our way over there with a random assortment as always. But before that we are able to make the jewelry stand at the Blue Windmill. At the Bazaar we meet Freya, who asks us to harvest 100 crops for her request, and we need to get the buff from Destiny, which this time is bulk sale increase. We finish the morning shift making around 374,000. As it is the 24th of spring, it is also our birthday, meaning we get present from the villagers today who have high enough friendship. We buy the storage upgrade from Wilbur, some more clothing items from Karina, and our 4th cat from Vermont, naming it Stripey. The afternoon shift ends with us making 472,000. The jewelry stand at the Blue Windmill is done, so we pick that up on our way home. Wilbur is back on day 149 for another storage upgrade, and this time he finds a power berry. In town we see Sophie talking to Harold, and it seems she is helping her father with town business, and Harold mentions that Sophie has been a big help and that her father feels the same way. We walk up to her and it seems Sophie is wrapping up her work for today, asking us if we would like to stay and chat for a bit. She talks about the fact that the town feels different since she started helping her father. Sophie honestly thinks that we are the cause of it, as everything seems much more vibrant with us around. It also seems like she has an important question for us, which is how we feel about her. We answer that we have fallen in love with her, and she screams it back to us as well. Sophie says that having us around is another reason to love this town, and that she has us promised to keep making memories in Zephyr Town. Sonia has a request for us as she wants to look at a rare crop. Luckily the storage is full of those, so we give her one right away to complete her request. And what a good thing that is, because it is also her birthday, giving her a strawberry juice to get that friendship even higher. Another donation to the Bazaar board is made, so that Felix can arrive on the morning of day 150 to give us some orichalcum. It is also the day of the crop festival, so after talking to everyone we enter our 7-star wheat crop into the gold rank and win, getting a brand on our wheat. For winning we get 54 onion seeds, which are planted in the cellar. The materials for the windmill stand are done, so those are all put into the Blue Windmill. We donate some more to the board, and you guessed it, Felix visits again on 151, giving us some matsutake rice. We pick up the good windmill tent at the Blue Windmill and do a lot of fishing, increasing Finley to 36. As we got the Pasture Pro title, the reward gifted got us to have the Animals Collection tab fully completed. Day 152 starts with a visit from Vermont congratulating us for having 4 cats. Gabriel is also outside, telling us he has finished the painting and saying he is going to the mayor's house to show it off, asking us to come along. At the mayor's house we look at the painting and it is of Zephyr Town. Felix absolutely loves the painting, saying they need to hang it at once. Just then Stuart walks in, sees the painting, absolutely loves it and asks to have it hung in the hotel. Felix mingles in, as such a fine piece of art belongs in the mayor's house. Stuart and Felix go head to head about where to hang the painting and eventually turn the tide to say the opposite as well. Gabriel intervenes, saying he may need to keep it for a while until a decision is made. Gabriel brings us back to our farm, saying he got nervous back there, but that he is also glad that they like the piece very much. Gabriel wants to tell us that he has realized that his world has expanded with brand new colors and he thinks it's because of us, eventually asking us what we think of him. Our answer? We have fallen in love with him. Gabriel is very happy to hear that, as that means he can be together forever and that he wants to keep this feeling forever, suggesting a new painting with us as a model, but we decline, which Gabriel doesn't mind, as he could not be more happier. Stuart has a request for us to bring him 5 pieces of fruit, which we do right away. Day 153 is the day of the tea party, so we talk to everyone and give our 5-star tea to Felix. The tea party is in full swing and we see Nadine scolding Isaac that he has to watch the sugar and to only have 5 spoonfuls of sugar and no more. At another table we see Sophie asking Samir and Kagetse if they are interested in anyone, but they both deny as they have other duties to attend to. The tea party was a great success and Madeline gives us a pineapple pie, finishing the festival with the great hard wave. Day 154 is the day of foraging and fishing as it is raining. The bazaar is back on day 155, we get the buff, sales prices up from Destiny and start the morning shift, which will not make a lot of money as it is all one of the items of low quality that we got for our birthday. Ending with 39,000 made. We have been keeping our yarn and our dyes again, so we make a couple of new clothing items at Karina. We also try our luck at Rich and I still need matsutake mushrooms and apparently you can only get them from this raffle. The afternoon shift ends with us making 576,000, which is spent on some stall decor items from Rebecca. Day 156 is the first day of summer, so we have new crops to plant. Miguel and his brothers visit to congratulate us on having 9 pets in total. We make another donation, Penny is increased to level 36 and we catch 3 new insects. The princess firefly, giant stag beetle and the Hercules beetle. Felix is back on day 157 to give us 10 white dice as thanks for the donation. At the hotel we see Stuart, Sonia and Maple hard at work. We walk up to Maple and she tells us that the town is becoming more and more popular by the day. She sees a guest in distress and goes over to help him out. Stuart and Sonia walk over and thank Maple for helping the guest so quickly. Sonia and Stuart continue praising Maple and her ability to see what guests need, helping them and that she really cares for all the guests. We walk out with Maple to the mountains where she thanks us as she was not confident in her abilities, but now she is. She also says that she hopes we can stay close and asks us what we think of her. We answer that we love her and that makes Maple really happy, saying she feels the same way about us. Kagetse has a request for us to talk to 100 people and we catch a new fish, the yellow perch, walking into Freya and completing her request as she had asked us to harvest 100 crops. Day 158 is back to farm duties, foraging, catching insects and fishing. Webby is level 247 and we catch a new insect, the gloss stag beetle. The same goes for day 159, but with a slight difference of nothing new and no level ups. Day 160 is the day of the pet show where we once again enter with Noah. We give it our all during the comp and finish in first place, getting the golden pet trophy. Harold asks for a tea can on day 161 and we see Jules and the twins going over their math test results. Both the girls are nervous, but they do not have to be as they both got a perfect score. Jules promised them a reward if they got good scores and Sylvia hasn't forgotten about that. Laurie goes first and says she wants a new book to read. After that, Sylvia asks Jules who he likes. Jules does not go into specifics but does say someone confident and self-assured. Sylvia is relieved and says she will be the most confident person. Jules replies that she should focus on her studies for now. We give Penny some more insects and get her up to level 40. At the cafe we see Gabriel and Jules enter. They grab a table together but are unable to decide what they want to eat. To dismay of Clara, who orders a ton of sandwiches for them. Nadine also walks into the cafe and does not like the sound of 2 boys being hungry, ordering some paella for them as well. Jules and Gabriel finish everything but Nadine and Clara agree on having some desserts. Gabriel is happy to hear that, but it seems Jules is almost full already. After Nadine and Clara leave, Gabriel mentions that he has never eaten so much in his life. Jules has maybe eaten too much and asks Mina to make the pie for on the go, which she already has done, finishing the day with some more fishing, catching the masu trout. Day 162 is a bazaar day once again, so we do our thing, get the bazaar buff, sell our wares for an amount of 399,000, get some new summer seeds from Ronaldo and Sophie, new clothing items from Karina, and do some luck drawing at Rich. The afternoon shift begins and finishes with making another 224,000. Day 163 is once again spent fishing, going to the mountain peak during the day hoping for the legendary treasure chest, which sadly was not ours today. And after 6 PM in the town center for the guardian catfish, which we did manage to get. The tea for Harold is done on day 164, completing his request. I also put in the effort to talk to a bunch of people so that Kagetsu's quest completes as well, and we donate to the board once more. Felix is back at our door on day 165 to give us 20 fruit yogurts as a reward for the donation goal. On day 166 we donate to the board again and Finley is leveled up to 40. Felix gives us 10 herb perfumes on day 167 and it is Derek's birthday, so he gets his favorite cream croquets. We go to the yellow windmill on day 168 as we finally have enough lumber to upgrade our hoe to orichalcum quality. It is also the animal show which we enter with our chicken chi, winning the gold rank and getting a brand on our normal chicken eggs. Day 169 is the day of the bazaar, so we get our bazaar buff and start selling, earning 172,000 in the morning. And you know our routine by now if you have been following along. We buy more clothes options at Karina and try our luck at Rich. The afternoon shift is a go, making around 656,000, which we buy another storage upgrade from Wilbur. Wilbur arrives on the morning of day 170 to upgrade our storage. Checking the encyclopedia, we see that the flower section is also fully done. We pick up the orichalcum hoe at the yellow windmill and then make our way to Kagetsu in the mountains. This time she has a present for us, saying she found it during her daily rituals and her first thought was to share it with us. Kagetsu says that the trip into the town has changed her mindset towards her duties and that she feels more warmth and purpose in her prayers. She used to see her duties as a role to fulfill, but now she sees the beauty of the world and those who live in it are filled with love, now praying for their sake. Kagetsu hopes that we will allow her to be at our side and she even wants to know what we think of her. We say that we have fallen in love with her and she is relieved, saying she feels the same way. Back in town we meet up with Derek, who asks us to hang out for a bit. We get a home-cooked meal and say it tastes great. He's glad to hear that and thanks us for earlier apologizing that he had sent us home empty-handed, saying the only reasons he can cook is because of us and that he wanted us to see how far he has come. We take a walk together to the mountains and Derek straight up asks what we think of him. We answer that we have fallen in love, which makes him happy as he feels the same way towards us, saying we supported him but now he wants to be there for us. Day 171 is a day of farming, taking care of the animals, foraging and fishing. June is looking at the windmill on day 172 when we show up. She asks us if we remember the offer her mother gave her, and June tells us that she has refused the offer as she has realized that she really does like this town and our company. Her dream is still to be a designer, and after talking to her parents, they have decided that her mom could mentor her between projects so June can stay in Zephyr Town and continue to pursue her own dreams. She says that we were the first person she wanted to share the news with, and we ask why. June gets shy and tells us that we are important to her. She also asks what she is to us, and we answer that we have fallen in love with her. June is relieved and says she feels the same way about us. Back into the town we see Jules reading a book. He tells us he was on his way to pick up another book, which is the next installment in the series he was reading before. We are curious about the story, so Jules tells us that it is about a person who arrives in an unfamiliar land and they aim to resurrect a grey tree where a goddess resides. He apologizes for rambling on again and thinks to himself that he should really get back to work as well. Derek jumps in and tells Jules to not even think about it, as it is his turn to make dinner tonight. Derek teases Jules that he should make use of his alone time and Jules blushes. Jules says to ignore Derek, and he also tells us that since our previous talk they have decided to split the chores more evenly. He seems happy, saying that he used to be a guardian, but now he feels like he can simply be his brother again. He He has also realized that he enjoys talking more, but he also believes that that is because he's been spending more time with us. So he does have to ask what we feel towards him. And our answer? Of course that we have fallen in love with him. Jules feels the same way about us and tells us we are very important to him. Day 173 is the day of the horse derby. We participate in the silver course and win. And day 174 is a day of fishing, trying to get more junk items. Diana is at the Bazaar Center on day 175. She thanks Felix for visiting her after her collapse. Felix says to think nothing of it. Harold mentions that Diana does look better and asks if she has good news, which Diana does, saying they got a glowing evaluation by the Bazaar review board. Felix is overjoyed with the news and Diana says to keep the momentum going and aim for the best bazaar in the world. We walk up to the three of them, but it seems Diana wants to speak to us personally. Diana thanks us for our care from the other day. She also talks a bit about the bazaar, saying there is a remarkable increase in visitors and sales, also thanking us for the growth. She also says that she has submitted her selling points report, stating how wonderful it is in Zephyr Town, which the board was positively fond of, wanting Diana to stay and keep working with the bazaar. Diana apologizes as she is talking about work again, but she was really excited to share the news, as we are an invaluable partner to her, and she asks if we feel the same towards her. We say that we have fallen in love with her, and it is the same for her, stating that it is the only thing on her mind lately. The bazaar day has arrived once again on day 176, so we quickly make our way there and sell all kinds of one-off items in the morning, earning 81,000. We get our bazaar buff at Destiny, do some luck drawing at Rich, still no matsutake mushrooms inside, and we finally have enough junk for the feather jewel at the recycling stall. And at Felipe's stall we buy the wind jewel. The afternoon shift ends with us making 970,000 and spending some of that coin at Karina's again for some new outfits. Day 177 begins with Freya visiting us as she wants to tell us that the cucumbers have grown. We are happy for her, which makes Freya happy as well, as she knew we would celebrate with her. She has also made some cookies for us, assuring us she followed Mina's recipe. We try the cookies and are surprised. Freya tells us that she has mixed in some of the fresh cucumbers, that they aren't as good as Mina's but a big improvement nonetheless, saying she has been working on her cooking skill. She has another thing to ask us, and that is how we feel about her, answering that we have fallen in love, which she is really happy to hear. At the blue windmill we change the purple wonderful for the blue one. The purple wonderful is added to the yellow windmill, getting access to the travel stone, which we can now make using all three of the jewels. Webby is increased to level 50 and visits our house in the evening, thanking us for our contributions. On day 178 we catch a new insect, the grass cicade, and the crop festival is held, joining with our 5-star rice in the bronze category and winning. On day 179 we donate to the bazaar board. And Felix gives us our gift of 3 5-star woolen plus yarn on day 180, and Penny is leveled up to 44. We visit Samir and Arata on day 181. Samir is writing a letter back home and finds out that Arata does not do that at all. Stuart knocks on the door and asks Samir for help with international guest who speaks too fast for his ears. Samir goes to help him. Maple also needs his help, saying the number in the ledgers aren't adding up. He agrees to help, and after he is done, Arata says that Samir keeps getting pulled in all kinds of directions today. Just then Sonia walks in asking for a hand in lifting heavy juice boxes. Arata jumps in saying he could also help out, and Sonia is delighted. After they are done and back in their rooms, Arata remarks that it was the right decision for Samir to stay here, as back home people would have never asked him for help, and that he maybe should try asking for help himself when he needs it. In the evening we catch the Granty beetle in the mountains. A hurricane arrives on day 182, meaning we pick up the travel stone that is ready, and the entire day is spent fishing to hopefully get 3 ancient fish fossils. It took until about 3 AM, but we did it. 3 ancient fish fossils are in the bag. Day 183 is the bazaar, which we make our way to as soon as we can. In the morning shift I sell all kinds of small items with some quantity to get the sprites maxed out, which helps out with the big money makers during the afternoon shift. So during this morning shift we make around 83,000. We do our usual of getting the bazaar buff and test our luck at Rich and get some rubies from Lloyd. The afternoon shift ends with us making 797,000, which is all spent at Rebecca's for the stall decor items. Freya is at our door on day 184 to ask if we would like to go to the cafe as there is a little get-together. It seems to be a get-together of all the girls, including Kagetsu, who seems to not know what to do in these situations. But the other girls say it's no big deal, just talking and eating snacks. The girls talk about the sweetness of cakes and they try to help each other with some difficulties, ending the get-together with a full belly. Samir visits us on day 185 saying he wants to tell us something. He tells us that he is a prince of his country and gives us his full title. The reason why he came to this town? He used to say that it was because of his studies, but if he is being honest, it was to escape all the aristocracy. Which is also the reason he kept his royal background a secret, as he was worried that people might not treat him with the openness they do now. But now he knows better and knows that it was he himself who put up the boundaries back home. Which is a truth he only grasped after spending time in this town and with us. Samir thanks us for listening and that he feels like he can always feel like himself around us, and that is why he wanted to be honest with us. And speaking about honesty, Samir asks how we feel about him, which we answer that we have fallen in love with him. He is glad we feel the same way and that he will always protect us. Now that we have seen everyone's confession, it is time to decide who to marry. I honestly have no clue, so leave a comment down below with who you'd like to see us marry. Day 186 is used to cook some of the favorite gifts. We make some omelette rice for Gabriel, stew for Samir, soy milk pudding for Kagetsu and some herb salads for Sophie, hoping to get a couple of them to 10 hearts sooner than the others. Day 187 is the first day of fall, so we plant all kinds of new crops. More foraging happens on day 188 and we get our final diamond to make the winter sunstone. Having been fishing as well, made sure that the paella dish could be made, which is Lloyd's favorite meal. It also happens to be Lloyd's birthday on day 189, giving him the paella for the extra love. During the daily fishing ride we did catch a new one this time, the Northern Pike Guardian fish. Day 190 is a bazaar day again. We get the increased sale price buff from Destiny and we start our bazaar with making 349,000 at the morning shift. We check our luck once again at Rich and buy some new clothes at Karina. The afternoon shift is packed with ores, gems, honey and a couple of other things, making 1,077,000. At Felix we buy the gathering on our horse perk and we wait around until the bazaar is finished. Sophie has reached heart level 8, so she has a new request for us, asking for one level 4 crop that we already have, giving her a broccoli to complete it. Lloyd also has a new request, asking for 5-star golden egg, which we also have, so his quest is also completed. Day 191 begins with a visit from Wilbur, who will install the bigger bed for us, joking that we are now able to pop the question and that he is rooting for us. We make a new donation at the board. And we get the gift of spring juices from Felix on day 192. Everyone is gathered for day 1 of the cook-off, but Gabriel has a request first. He would like to get a 4-star omelette rice. I mean, I have been giving those for the past week, but sure, have another one. Completing his request with ease. We hand over the tempura rice bowl for the cook-off, which gets judged by Pierre, and it gets first place, winning 50 curry power and the recipe for supreme curry. Day 193 is the second day of the cook-off, which is actually the bake-off. But we need to pick up the winter sunstone first as it is ready. Another donation is made to the bazaar board, and then it is time to enter our Baumkuchen into the festival. It gets judged by Pierre again and we win first place, earning 50 wheat flour and the recipe for the whole chocolate cake. Because we won both competition days, we get an extra 30 butter plus. Back home, the winter sunstone is placed into its pedestal. Samir has a request for a simmered fish on day 194. We try to fish for the specific fish, but it evades us today. Shireen has a request for a brooch which we need to make in the windmill. And Kagetsu has a more easier request, asking for a giant crop which we have plenty of, completing hers in an instant. Day 195 is the day we did get the fish for the simmered fish request, completing Samir's request and learning a new recipe. We enter the hotel and see Maple and Shireen talking, with Maple asking how work was for Shireen. Shireen says it went without a hitch. It seems Maple is a bit jealous as Shireen always looks so put together and she can't believe it that she can actually talk to someone like her. Maple asks why Shireen is in Zephyr Town. Shireen answers with a bit of French. Maple is shocked that that's all, as well as it is the exact same reason she came here. Maple wonders how she can use words so impressively like Shireen, and Shireen tells her that she wasn't always like this. She used to be much more like Maple. But that is their secret. Maple wants to ask one more thing. Why does Shireen always smell so nice? And it is because of her perfume. Shireen offers to share some with Maple and Maple gets excited, stating that she may one day be as elegant as Shireen. Shireen says that Maple should not lose her charm as that is what makes her herself. Stuart and Sonia visit our house on day 196 to give us the blue feather, which they explain is the tradition for proposing to someone. At the equestrian park we catch the jumbo dragonfly, which is the last insect we needed for the complete insect collection. Kevin visits us to congratulate us and giving us a new title. The brooch for Shireen's request is made, so we give that to her and complete her request. Another day, another bazaar. Day 197 sees us going to this well-known place and get our bazaar buff, increasing the prices on products. The morning shift ends with us earning 294,000. Garen has a new field upgrade available as we reached rank 20, so of course it is bought immediately. We buy some more new clothing items and test our luck at Rich, which I am starting to believe those matsutake mushrooms are a myth. The afternoon shift finishes and we make an amount of 1,803,000. A big part of this is used at Rebecca's for the level 3 tents she has available. Back in town we donate to the board again. So Felix can show up at our door on day 198 and give us some ultimate stone. In town we see June and Shireen talking. It seems June has made a patch for Shireen, which looks just like her cat. Shireen waves Diana over and Diana asks if they need something from her. Shireen shows the patch and it seems that Diana is quite fond of it, and of cats. Diana compliments June's work, but June herself says she just did what was ordered. Diana quietly asks if June could make one for her too, but it seems that June did not notice, and Diana leaves. June wonders what is wrong with Diana, but Shireen interferes that Diana must have fallen for the power of cuteness. June comments that she should maybe make one for Diana, and Shireen likes that idea. Day 199 starts with a visit from Garen, who upgrades our field quality to the highest level. Jules has a request for a salad type of dish higher than 4 stars, which we have on hand as I have been giving out a lot of presents lately. Arata also has a request for a 5-star cooked rice. We have the rice, so we just need to cook it, deliver it, and complete his quest as well. Day 200 has arrived and so we take care of our animals, water the crops, and go around town, foraging and gifting stuff to the people. June has a request for a bracelet, which we need to make in the blue windmill. Maple gets her favorite dish for her birthday, and as it is a no-wind day in autumn, we go fishing, catching the shining guardian fish. The fish are given to Finley, who reaches level 44. Thank you all for watching this second 100-day video of Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. In the background you will see the animal levels, friendship levels, marvels, and encyclopedia entries you can pause whenever you want to get a better look. We are getting there, but there is still so much more to be done. I would really love your input on who to marry, so leave that in the comments below. Leave a like if you like this video and subscribe if you want to stay updated when new videos go live. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!